First of all, tell me who you are and what you do, please.
I'm Yasmin Alibhai-Brown. I'm a columnist with The Independent and an author and a broadcaster.
Thank you. And tell us what you were talking about here today.
Well, I was doing a session on is the Commonwealth of any use today in our time with the Secretary General of the Commonwealth and a British diplomat, I think he's retired, who were very gentlemanly and very diplomatic. And my view is, I understand the history, but the history is fairly troubled history anyway. You know, the fact that we went from independence. I grew up under the British colonial system in Uganda, that very smoothly and cleverly, unlike the French, the Brits kind of gently created a club of those who had been subjugated and plonked the Queen in the middle of it. And it kind of gave, I think, the British an illusion of, it was a theme park of colonialism, a continuation of not the real thing, but the kind of imagined thing. And for those who were governed, it was hard to let go, because they had to suddenly cope with a new identity. And so it helped them too to feel that, the thing wasn't just cut, the umbilical cord just wasn't cut, that there would be some... So I understand why it was set up. I don't necessarily approve of it. But in the 21st century, it still goes on in that way. And the Queen is still plonked in the middle. And it's just not fulfilling its role, which it does have. I think we need such a kind of collective to represent all those nations who have to create some kind of group power in the face of US power, the EU, and the Anglophone world. We need these circles to balance power. But if they want to exist and do something, they have to completely rethink who they are and what they're doing.
And what was your solution for that? What proposals did you have?
They have to start again. I mean, I'm shocked that all these years, decade after decade, it hasn't occurred to those leaders who attend the Commonwealth as heads of the Commonwealth to suggest that they might have a rotating person in the centre of the Commonwealth, that they can't have a person of inherited privilege, that they might have said every 5 years we will elect a leader who will then tell us where we're going with this. The Commonwealth has never criticised Australia for its appalling policies on refugees and asylum seekers. They have set up boat concentration camps for the most destitute and distraught of the world. They're packing them off, some of them back to Sri Lanka. Commonwealth says nothing. They'll pick on some little African country or Fiji or something. Actually, no. Do something, do it well, do it fairly, become democratic. And then, yes.
Did you see the Commonwealth Games as just more or less theatre then? You didn't see any good in it at all?
No, it's great. Games are good. We know games are good. We had the fantastic Olympics. Did it change really how people, for example, there was all this fantastic, wonderful stuff in London, we're all together, all races together. Did it really change how people thought about us? I speak as a person of colour, a British woman of colour. No. Otherwise, why would people particularly in England, even think they can support UKIP? It changed nothing in terms of politics. It gave us a wonderful moment, and the Commonwealth Games gave people a wonderful moment. I would never take that away. We must have fun in life. Life's short. But please, that can't be a reason to say that this is therefore a wonderful a sort of institution, because it isn't.